Hey guys, this is Ezinma, and I'm here with Jen VK on Ladies First. Thanks for watching.
She is a beast on the violin, and I'm so happy to have her here on Ladies First, and we're going to get to know her a little bit. Trust me, it is going to be a conversation you want to know. Changing the game with the violin. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Hey, it's Jen from Brooklyn. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but we're back with Ladies First, made hot by my friends over at City Tech. And of course, you just saw this woman go beast mode on the violin. And we're going to learn more about her right now. Ezinma, hi. I gotta tell you, well, obviously, this is the first time I've ever had a violinist on my show.
Really?
Yes. You know, there's not a lot of violinists out there, but I wanted you here because what you're doing is just so innovative. It's so unique and it's not being done. And I love that you're bringing an instrument to the forefront that no one's really doing at this level. And of course, to like hip hop, which is super dope. And it takes a lot for a woman to come out with something like that and just put herself out there, and especially in a lane like this. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming through, and we're going to learn more about you. Besides being a beast on the violin, I guess let's start from your roots and where you came from and how this all started. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to school on a farm, and it was a very beautiful childhood. I love being from Nebraska, but there are a lot of deficits in the culture, which made it hard at times, especially as a violinist of color, living there. But I found refuge in New York, and being here has always been a dream of mine. So.
Well, you're the perfect place for sure, because you know we're the melting pot when it comes to different cultures, different backgrounds, and everything. Yeah. But I gotta ask you, this farm thing is just blowing my mind because I'm from Brooklyn, so we don't know anything about a farm. We know corner stores and city blocks and all that, but in that area where the town you're from, I mean, what do people do as pastimes and hobbies and things like that? Because for you to turn to a violin, how did that become the thing that you wanted to do? Like, what do people do over there to pass time and stuff?
Well, it's like any place where people have hobbies, you play tennis or you like football and stuff like that, or you cook, and it's like a normal place in that sense. But
how is music though in the area?
I mean, there's not a very big art scene or a very big music scene. I mean, it's coming more now because there are a lot of creative people who are actually from Nebraska and who have left and are now coming back to bring more culture into the place. So that is happening, and I want to be a part of that movement too. But growing up, I honestly think I practiced so much because there wasn't much else to do. I remember growing up, I never had a lot of friends or anything like that because I was always the nerdy, girl. I didn't quite fit in because of mixed race and this whole thing. So I would
Was that hard for you though?
It was hard, but it's made me who I am, and it's given me such a strong sense of self that I am actually grateful for that experience. It was hard, not gonna lie. I remember during lunch in high school and middle school, I would just go practice my violin. I didn't have friends to really a lot of friends to eat with, or so I would just. And it's kind of. It's sad, but a big part of what I do is for those young Black girls of color and Latino girls, and you can do things like play the violin, especially when there are a lot of stereotypes.
I want to just speak that right into the camera so these girls out here know.
Especially when there are a lot of stereotypes that are sending the message that that's not for someone who looks like you. Yes, you can play the violin. Yes, you can be a ballerina. Yes, you can be a composer. Yes, you can run for president. These things, I believe all women should know, but especially, Black and Latino girls who are, there are a lot of societal things against us. So that was a big part of it, I think. But, fortunately, I had a really strong support system at home, and my parents are very strict West Indian father who made me study and that, wouldn't let any nonsense fly.
So he was like, okay, you want to take this seriously. We're going to do this seriously.
No,
we're going to take lessons.
You're going to be a doctor.
He didn't want you to do anything in music.
No, he didn't.
Wow, okay.
And so when I made the decision, it was actually a really big frictional moment in my life. I'm very close to my family, but.
When did you make the decision? What age?
I was 19.
19, okay.
So I had done pre-med. I did a math minor. I studied biochemistry. I did a lot of. And I double majored in violin, and I just realized I will be heartbroken not to have music at the center of my life. And I told him, and he was like, I'm disappointed. I mean, I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do, but just know this isn't my choice for you. And that was hurtful, letting him down. But now I just talked to him last night, and he's just like, I'm so proud of you. It's like,
yay.
And things have changed slowly, but they're changing. So,
but you know what? That's a big lesson and inspiring story for the people out there, girls out there who are have that at home. Because I dealt with that too.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure.
Know what I mean? Yeah, I went to school for one thing, and then I wanted to pursue entertainment, and they were like, no, this can't happen. You're gonna do this. You're gonna get your degree, and you're gonna have this job. You're gonna make all this money, but I couldn't because it was just eating at me doing something that I didn't love.
Right.
When you have a passion.
Yeah.
So for the girls out there who are kind of nervous about taking that step, you can do it and you can succeed.
Right.
Because all you have to do is believe in yourself and obviously have a support system, but it's really about yourself.
It's really within, yeah. Because, there's so many roadblocks and there's so many people who are going to say, this isn't for you. Like, reject you, turn you away, da-da-da. I'm like, I've had so much rejection in my life, it's not even funny. But I'm tough. Like, I keep going, I keep practicing, I keep working, pushing, finding new ways, finding your own lane to make sure you're heard. And it's really your choice what you're going to do when you face obstacles.
That's right.
You're going to jump or you're just going to walk away.
That's right.
So, yeah.
How long were you putting your stuff out there at that point in time?
I made my first YouTube video, I would say, or my first video of me playing, it was Bryson Tiller Rambo on Instagram, like a 15-second clip before they had the 60-second.
Yeah.
Remember they used to have those short little videos? I did that at the beginning of 2016, I think, or maybe, yeah. And I just put it out and whatever. I play the violin, that's what I do. And the response, people were like, "Oh, this is cool." And when you've lived with something for so long, you don't take it for granted, but you don't realize the magic someone else might see in it. So then I posted another video as Hello by Adele and more response. And then I was like, maybe I should put out videos. I started putting out videos and then, it was fine. Everything was great. Beyonce, Clean Bandit, Stevie Wonder, artists who are looking for a specific skill set were finding me. But it wasn't with the masses yet. And then it was this mask off challenge. I personally would like to thank Future.
Yes, for sure.
That really just, I walked down the street and they're like, "You're that violinist." And I'm like, "Yeah."
So now they know you from that, and now also from being in Beyonce's band.
Yeah.
So when you actually went went with Beyonce and went on tour with her, what was the moment like when you met her? How was she? What did she say?
She is the nicest, the hardest working woman I've ever met, and I've always idolized her. I felt like. You see when you're a little girl, you see yourself in someone, and that's, they're a role model for you. And I saw her in her iconic parade, and I stopped. I was like, this is not real. This is not real. Then I walked into rehearsal, and she's like, "Hi," da-da-da-da-da, just a normal person. And Blue was there, and, it was great. And, she just said, "Thank you. It's so beautiful. I haven't had strings yet. Thank you for," I was like, "No, thank you."
You must have felt, I know I would have felt okay, all my life, since I was a kid, I was getting teased or picked on for playing the violin and all this stuff. And, at first my parents didn't believe in me. And now I'm here on tour with Beyonce.
Yeah.
It must have been, I don't know if a spiritual feeling for you, but just that validated probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Your love for violin
just
and your
maybe
career.
this is working.
I think so. When you get in private messages from Beyonce's manager, I think you made it. On the flip side, what would you say was the lowest point before you actually got to that high level, you feel?
Wow. Which one to pick?
Hey, I gotta put you through
No,
this.
it's great. I don't look at that stuff negatively ever. I actually value rejection. It's weird. The classical world is very harsh. People
Is it?
You can't do it. It's just a tough world. And I'm grateful because not everyone's good. Not every
right.
You can't lie about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for it. But probably the lowest is I remember I was in middle school, and this was the first time I was aware of racism. I auditioned in my orchestra. They have seating auditions. So to find out who will sit where, it's based on order. So the first, second, third, it's like that. And I was placed 5th chair or something. And I saw these kids, and I was like, I'm so much better. Not to sound arrogant, but I know I'm better than you. It's very obvious. That was when I realized, okay, I have to be the best like that's just the only solution. The best at my craft. Violin, cello, that cluster of string instruments are one of the hardest. Oboe is really hard, French horn's hard. But what makes the violin so tricky is that your hands are doing two independent things. So one hand is, let's say, using chopsticks and eating some noodles or whatever, and the other hand is drawing a sandcastle. It's like two completely different things, and you have to coordinate, and then, you know, reading the music and making sure your fingers and the timing and the sound is really hard, and it's a tricky instrument, but it's also, I think, one of the most expressive instruments because it mimics the voice, the human voice, with the vibrato and the strings, like our vocal cords, and it's beautiful. So it's worth it, but it's requires patience and learning.
Yeah, I could see that, and for sure, when you were performing, I could see it in your face too. It's like a whole package.
I know, like people are commenting on my face all the time. Like, look at her face.
What, in a bad way?
I'm gonna wear kind of. I mean, not in a bad way.
It's because you feel the music. I mean, I'm not a musician, but I'm sure you feel the music. It's in your soul. You just want to like do certain things, you know,
mush up your face
or whatever.
At my face?
No, we have a beautiful face, so stop it. Okay, we're good. But teaching and things like that, is that something you see yourself doing down the road?
Oh, yeah. I want to open,
What
I
else
actually just came back from Haiti a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And my father's from Guyana, so I would love to have some schools in the West Indies and, here in New York. And yeah, I love education, but that's down the road, like much down the road.
What else do you see yourself doing? Like 5 years from now, what is Ezinma doing?
She has a Grammy or two.
Okay. I could see that. No, let's make it happen because you are dropping an album, I hear,
I'm
right?
working on an album right now.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Not much sleep. But it's very exciting.
And so what's going to be on the album? Obviously, you're playing violin, but like, are you working with producers? What kind of sounds coming out?
Like, I spent a lot of my life in the orchestra and using that sound and that texture and that kind of just sonic experience in hip hop.
Dope.
So yeah, I'm really excited.
Awesome. And you're also going on tour, I was told, right?
Yes, with Clean Bandit. I leave at the end of this month. I'll be in Europe till September. So
you out here, girl. Ezinma's her name. Trust me, everyone's going to be talking about her. I foresee a Grammy in the future for sure. Because I'm not even just saying that because you're here. It's because no one's doing what you're doing right now, and it's actually resonating with people.
Yeah, that's what's most amazing to me is it's people are responding. And actually, my assistant was just like, "Hey, check your fan mail." Like I'm really bad with email, and he's like, "You have all these people who are admiring you and find you inspiring," and I was like, "Wow, like."
But that's
the best part, honestly.
For real. Yeah. And it's dope because you're making violin cool. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And people never thought of, I guess the instrument that way before. So you're definitely innovative out here. That's why she's on Ladies First, doing big things. And I just can't wait to see what else you have in store.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Not only that, we also have other people that love you and adore you. I actually have a fan question here.
Oh.
That wants to ask you something from City Tech, and she's actually going to ask you now. Great questions.
Yeah.
So
the first one, how did I decide to switch genres, right? Well, when I moved to New York, I went to the New School, and I studied classical violin, and it was great. And in my last semester there, I took a class in electronic production with Ableton. And when I saw what was possible with just a laptop, I was like, wait a minute, there's more than just Brahms and Haydn and Shostakovich. Like, there's like this whole other world that I can access. So I would just stay up, just obsessively working with Ableton, and I love it, and I still use it for everything today, all my mixes and stuff. And I, started putting out videos and started playing with bands, and then, I listening to hip hop. I was paying more attention to the strings in the background because if you listen, there's actually a lot of instrumental stuff in hip hop tracks, but it's always tucked away. And I was like, you know what? There's such a natural blending of the instrument and hip hop. I think it's the best genre actually to blend with. Pop works too. I mean, I think that's more obvious, but I was like, this is so cool. I started experimenting and people were hitting me up to do sessions, and I was improvising, and the response was really positive. So I just kind of kept going, and experimenting with that. But now I'm doing hip hop, but I'm also looking at even more genres, and so it's exciting.
And the second question she said was, how do your peers in the classical world feel about you meshing these worlds?
Ugh.
Side eye? Is that a side eye moment? Oh Lord.
I mean, there's
is that like taboo to like mesh classical with other genres?
It is. It's like a very purist world, and you don't really mix, and you follow these scores from like 1820 whatever, or like 1721. This way to play the violin. The violin's a very old instrument and has a very rich history. It's incredible, and people study it very precisely. And I think when artists break away from that, there's always hate and talk, and people just said so much stuff, and it's like whatever, I feel like, again, I look at negative things like that positively. If they're talking, it means I'm doing something right.
That's right.
That's my attitude. But there's definitely a lot of, don't do that, just do orchestra, just like playing a quartet, like why? But then at the same time, there were also a lot of the people in my team, of course, were very supportive and like, this is cool, like you can really bring other people who may not feel a part of this community into the classical world.
And that's how you do it. There's no way you're going to change the game and set trends and have people look at something old and want to do it now or something new without switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, and arts playing is about breaking the rules. So
that's right, breaking the rules for sure. And we also have another fan question. He's actually in the building. Jameer, are you here? This is going to be really fast. Hi, this is one of your fans, Jameer.
Hi, Jameer.
Jameer, come on over here.
Good, how are you?
You're gonna dip down next to me. Hopefully you're on the camera. Can they see ya? We good to go? See the camera?
Am I good? Just put a thumb. Okay.
Thumbs up. All right, Jameer, go ahead, please. Nothing crazy. We are on ladies first. Let's keep it nice and feminine. All right.
Respecting the ladies. Yes. I just want to know, because I used to play violin a little bit.
Oh, cool.
I used to rise in the bow and the plucking and everything. But what's been the most difficult hip hop song that you've had to learn and play so far, out of the catalog that you've had to do?
Probably Mask Off. It's not hard, but the original track is tuned slightly off.
Oh, really?
It's no one would notice, but like it's very awkward. It's like slightly between like a D and a D sharp. And so
Future, you hear this? You better go switch that up a little bit.
I don't know if it's like the sample, the flute sample, but it's super funky. So I have to retune my violin. And it's funny because like a lot of violinists are playing Mask Off and it just sounds weird because it's not tuned perfectly with the track. And they're playing in tune, but the instrument isn't in tune with the track. So you either have to adjust your instrument or the track. And stuff like that's annoying. Like a lot of like old Michael Jackson stuff's that way. But in terms of like playing the music, it's not hard. So
You good?
She's a G. I'm good.
Straight G. Beast mode on the violin. All that. Thank you, Jameer. Appreciate you. And Ezinma, thank you so much for coming through the Ladies First.
Jen PK.
I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely keep in touch, and I can't wait to see what else is out there for you and see you on that Grammy stage doing the damn thing. But I'm not done with you yet. This is one last thing that I do on my show. I hope you like games. Are you into games?
I am into games.
Are you?
Yes, I'm a little competitive.
No, but this is all you, girl.
Okay.
This is all about you.
All right,
it's
cool.
very simple, okay? First thing that pops into your mind, I need you to say it.
Got it.
Easy, right?
Easy.
Simple? All right, let's go. First word, Nebraska.
Farm.
PMS.
Bitch.
Mask Off Challenge.
Ooh, killed it.
Beethoven.
Number 5.
Your hair.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is, girl. We didn't get into that. Violin.
What? This is not right. What is this?
Violinist. Why? What's wrong with the photo?
Look at their wrists and like her hands. She does not play the violin.
No. See that? You can't put fake stuff up here
And
against
she's not even
Ezinma.
holding it the right. Oh, she's holding it the right. Okay, never mind. Okay.
We gotta focus.
Oh, sorry.
Violinist.
Intonation.
Okay. Summer Jam. Shouts out to you because you were here in the building for our announcements.
Hot.
That's right. Hot 97.
Hot 97.
First time your parents really got mad at you.
Ooh. Wait, it's a one word answer?
Well, this is more a thought. So the first thought that comes to your mind, first moment.
Oh man, it's probably when I was like 9 and I lied.
What'd you lie about?
Something stupid. Like I did my homework, but I didn't.
Okay.
Something stupid like that.
Okay. And last one, because you're a New Yorker now, first subway ride experience, because I'm sure it was some wild stuff. Hopping on a train from a farm, it probably wasn't the same thing that you used to.
I don't really remember. I do remember people being very nice. Like I had a bunch of grapefruits I was carrying, and this guy was like, "Let me help you with your grapefruits."
Really? See that? New York ain't all that bad.
And now we're like really good friends.
Oh, yes. So funny. I could believe that, actually. You're such a sweet person.
Oh, thanks.
Ezinma, thank you so much for coming through the Ladies First.
Thank you, Jen BK.
And, like I said, watch out for this woman. She is doing big things, and she's going to be all over your televisions, your radios, and all that good stuff in the future. So do you want to shout your stuff out, where they can find you and everything?
Oh, yeah. You can check me out on social media at I am Ezinma. And that's for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I don't really snap, but I'm on Snapchat. And it's Ezinma.
And also YouTube, because I was watching it as well.
My YouTube. Please go to my YouTube. I always forget about YouTube.
I know. It's like the show's on YouTube, so let's hope you don't forget that. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Ezinma, thanks for coming through.
You.
She got Jen from BK Ladies First. Thanks again to my family over at City Tech. I'll see you next time.